We were driving through Lake City, and I could see sailboats sprinkled across the lake, little triangles of color amidst the blue waves. "Nothing," I'd said quickly. "You're cute, that's all." The fact that he didn't quite meet my eyes should have been another red flag in a long line of red flags I kept ignoring because I didn't want to see them. Even when we'd gotten out to stretch, he'd been distant, rushing into the Quick Trip for snacks and leaving it just as quickly after I'd used the restroom. I ended up talking to his parents as we stood in line to buy pop and gas. Their car was also filled to the brim with their son's worldly possessions. By the time we got back to the cars, he was already waiting in the driver's seat. I thought it had been nerves, you know? He wouldn't be the first college freshman nervous to move away from family and friends. But then, when we were helping him move into his dorm room, his roommate, Chet, destroyed that illusion for me. Damien's parents had gone back down the 3 flights of stairs to grab another load, leaving me in the tiny, humid room filled with boxes. The air already smelled like a sweaty locker room, or maybe that smell always pervaded the halls. I was bent over one of Damien's boxes labeled shoes, opening it with a box cutter, when I heard Chet whisper to Damien, "Thought you said you'd be flying solo when you got here." Damien, who is all too familiar with my uncanny hearing, lowered his voice, making it impossible for me to hear the reply. My cheeks flamed, and I whirled around. "Flying solo?" I meant to say it calmly, really, but the thing is, my temper's always close to the exploding point. The insecurity I'd felt this summer during our rough patch and the something's off sensation I'd had this morning bubbled up from my stomach and burned in my throat. "Is that what you and Chet have been chatting about all summer since you met online?" I choke out. "There are lots of single college girls to meet together, huh?" Damien shot Chet an angry look, then turned to me. "It's not what it sounds like, Eevee. It sounds like you're breaking up with me so you and Chet can be each other's wingmen." The way his face looked, shocked, surprised, with just a hint of guilt, said it all. I barely heard his explanation through the blood rushing in my ears. "I just know I can't do distance," was part of it. Chet interrupted with a helpful, "Damien needs to be free to do what he wants, not tied down in some high school romance." "Shut up, Chet," Damien and I snarled in unison. Damien's parents entered the scene just in time to see me running out into the hall, screaming, "Have a nice life, you jerk!" to Damien over my shoulder. And when it came time for his parents to leave, I left with them. They've been overly nice to me ever since, which I hate. They even helped me cancel my train and bus tickets for Sunday. "We're here," Damien's dad says, pulling me out of my swirling thoughts. I see him peer out the front window to my house. "Looks dark. Are you sure your parents are home?" "I know where they hide the key," I reply, ignoring his question. To his credit, he doesn't press it. As I unbuckle, Damien's mom says, "I'm so sorry, dear." "Me too," I managed to choke out. "Thanks for the ride home." Before she can say anything else, I slam the car door closed and run up the driveway and into my house. My bed is so wonderfully soft and welcoming. I dive into it, burrowing under the covers, then pull my phone out of my pocket. What I didn't tell Damien's parents is that the entire rest of my family is camping at Lake Carlos State Park this weekend and won't be back until Sunday, which is when I was supposed to get back as well. Still under my covers, I unlock my phone. No new messages. My finger hovers over Damien's name, but I can't bring myself to block him. Not yet. I send a quick text to my best friends Maggie and Cam instead. E. I'm home. Damien broke up with me. Setting the phone down, I finally lower the stone walls I'd thrown up around my heart when Damien said he was through with me, and my tears do their best to drown my face. That's how Cam and Maggie find me an hour later, hiding under my covers and sobbing uncontrollably. You're worth 10 of him, Eevee. I give Cam a watery smile, and they pass me a can from their backpack. What's this one? I ask,